Hey guys, welcome back. Houston Math Prep here. In this video, we're going to take a look at solving another rational inequality. We're going to give our answer in interval notation. So since this inequality is already being compared to 0, we can start by listing out any excluded values and any zeros. That will give us a place to look. So excluded values we know come from values of x that would make the denominator be 0. In this case, -5 is what would make our denominator 0, since -5 plus 5 is 0. For the top of our equation being 0, if we think about that as x squared minus 9 equals 0, adding that 9 over, I get x squared equals 9, and taking the square root, I get x equals positive and negative square root of 9 is 3. So I have the zeros -3 and 3. Once we have zeros identified, we want to go ahead and place them on a number line. That number line extends from -infinity up to +infinity. And we want to place those excluded values and zeros on the number line. So here's -5, -3, and +3, making sure that you get those guys into correct numerical order. What I notice when I do that is that that breaks my number line into 4 segments. Our concern is whether our expression x squared minus 9 over x plus 5 is positive or negative in those windows. So we can evaluate our expression at values that fall into that window to see. So, for example, taking a value that is inside the window -infinity to -5, like -6, we can evaluate our expression. So -6 squared minus 9 over -6 plus 5 gives us 36 minus 9 over -1. So that is 27 over -1, which is a negative value. Doing the same for a value between -5 and -4, or sorry, -5 and -3, such as -4. -4 squared minus 9 over -4 plus 1 would be 16 minus 9 over -3, which is, this should be plus 5, which would make this actually a positive 1 on the bottom. So 16 minus 9 is 7 over 1, which is positive. Now evaluating at a value between -3 and 3, let's say positive 1, that would be 1 squared minus 9 over 1 plus 5. So that would be 1 minus 9 over 6, or -8 over 6, which is negative. And finally, something greater than 3, let's say perhaps 4. At x equals 4, that would be 4 squared minus 9 over 4 plus 5. So 16 minus 9 over 9 would be 7 over 9, which is positive. Now, once we have our number line all filled in, we want to figure out which type of value, positive or negative, constitutes our solution. So since this says x squared minus 9 over x plus 5 is less than 0, that would be negative values. I'm also going to note that we are strictly less than 0. We are not less than or equal to. So that means we will not have any included solutions. Everything will be from a parenthesis standpoint. So for a negative, that gives us our interval from -infinity to -5. and our interval from -3 to 3. Again, since we are strictly less than, everything is going to get closed by a parenthesis. So our solution for this rational inequality are values of x between -infinity and -5 and -3 and 3. Okay guys, that does it for this video. We'll catch you in the next one.